Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tough Talk. This is season 3, episode number 2, or Deuce, or what you don't do in a hot tub.
Yeah.
I'm Viz.
I'm Sable.
And this is where we kind of chill, sit in the hot tub, talk about MSF, among other things, which this episode is fresh on the heels of WrestleMania 41. Where we got to see an exciting night 1 and a lot of surprises in night 2. Really a lot of fun. A fun time to watch. Some people came back. I don't know if you've seen it or not. So maybe not some spoilers, but a couple of, one really surprise. Absolute shock and surprise. The other one was a fun surprise. With some really comedic kind of stuff within that match, which is a lot of fun. I think a good show overall. 2 days of fun.
Yeah.
Nothing really too bloody gory, so that was kind of cool. They kind of leave that for the late night stuff.
More family.
It was more family friendly. Even Stone Cold running into the fan on the side. I don't know how family friendly that was, but that was kind of cool.
Well, before he was drinking.
Yes, before drinking too. Man, that quad got away from him, but yeah. It was a fun time. It was a good WrestleMania, a good 2 nights. I mean, 124,000 people got to see it live,
Yeah.
but probably 124 million watched it from home. And I think the experience is probably better from home than it is in person. To be honest, as much as it would be cool to be there and expensive, it's fun to watch from home, just to share and talk. You don't have to worry about bugging people. You can get up and jump and don't feel like you're standing in front of someone. You don't have to worry about getting hit by a quad from Stone Cold or a flying chair from Seth Rollins. So, yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. So anyways, we're going to get into the tub, talk about MSF, and we're going to turn these jets down and get to attacking.
What fun, good food.
Oh my gosh, the food. Why, the first night we had taken baked pizzas. Standard, right? It's kind of like that lead-in, all right, this is kind of cool, it's good, it's something we hadn't had in a long time. We hadn't been to Papa Murphy's since we were poor.
Man,
like poor.
Back then, it used to be the cheap.
Yeah, it was like $5 back then.
Expensive as.
But yeah, we haven't had it in probably, I would say, 20 years.
No, but it's one of the only places that offers gluten-free pizza.
Gluten-free? Yeah, gluten-free. So that was good. It was good. It was yummy. It was tasty. It was cooked perfectly by the wife, so that was awesome. But day 2 comes the ham. Oh my gosh. Because it's Easter. We had ham.
Yep.
This lady, I'll let you tell. You tell them what you did.
7 ways. I only posted the picture to Discord of the 6 ways I made it.
Correct.
But he got a bone-in ham, and I took it and sliced it up into individual little bite-sized pieces to make sliders, and seasoned them 6 different ways. I made the odds and ends, the little uneven pieces, I turned into, I'm calling them, quote, burnt ends, like barbecue. I made teriyaki. OMG, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Then, and all of them had the standard brown sugar, pineapple, pineapple juice, the tenderizer, the enzymes from pineapple. And so the next one I did was just garlic powder and garlic salt. Mostly garlic powder because the ham is already pretty salty. Then I had a Humboldt hot sauce Cajun barbecue rub that I slathered in there. Mm-hmm. Then on the next one, when I made gumbo, I had some Slap Your Mama hot blend left, so I put some of that on another one. Then I had some, it's called like smoking hot pork barbecue rub. Mm-hmm. That was a mixture of cayenne, jalapeno, dried jalapeno, garlic powder, paprika, salt, and so I put that on there. Oh, it had honey powder too, so I put that on one with some honey, added some extra honey for some sweetness. Then our son decided he wanted to make one, so he made yammy hams.
Yeah.
So he made the ham as if they were yams and put marshmallows and brown sugar on them. He loved it, ate almost the entire pan. I think there was only like one piece.
Yeah, my daughter ended up liking that one the most too.
Yeah. And then what was left on the bone that I didn't cut off, I smothered in Salt, pepper, garlic, pineapple, and all that, and brown sugar, and bake that in there.
Yeah. Yeah, just absolutely amazing.
Put it on some Hawaiian rolls.
Hawaiian rolls, a little Dijon mustard and Miracle Whip, you know, just to give it some sweet and some tang, and oh my God.
Had it with potato salad, mac salad.
So perfect. Perfect. I think I went back for like 3 helpings and like 4 sliders per. So.
Yeah, I had the teriyaki over rice. So good. Who knew? Teriyaki pork.
Yeah.
It was good.
Well, I mean, Kahlua pig, that's what that is,
Yes,
you know?
Yeah.
So, but oh yeah, so freaking good. The food was by far the thing that kept me in the seat the longest. Some of those matches kind of had to walk away a little bit, like a little bit runny, you know, towards the middle.
The last one was horrendous. It was so.
See, and I thought the last one was
better.
the best one. I thought the last one was good. It told a good storyline.
I'm not in it for the story. I want the action.
Well, I mean, night one, that one, the last one was storyline, and that was amazing.
But it also has some great action in there.
Because it was 3 people, so there's a lot of pace there that you can keep up with. 2, it's hard. And I think the special guest they had coming down to the ring just took too long, and so it broke up from, you know, him pounding and grounding and controlling the match to, you know,
he needed his moment in the sun.
Yeah, this long walk in, you're like, okay, this dude's getting up by then. Like, there's no way he's not. And then you try to sell that he wasn't, and it was just, it kind of ruined that aspect of it. He needed to get there a little quicker. I don't think he needed to grab Stone Cold's quad and get there that quick. But, I mean, if he were to, you know, give it just like a little hustle step, maybe.
Or maybe they had him already in the crowd and he hopped out from somewhere instead of coming all the way down.
Yeah. I mean, or just, you know, just started walking at a brisk pace right off the bat would have been fine. But he strolled.
The momager of the family procured a good settlement deal.
Yeah.
So he strolled.
He strolled. And it kind of broke up what I thought was a pretty good match. A good storylined match. With just the old vet knowing control and the younger guy like being intimidated by the experience. And they sold that with the commentary too. They talked about the experience and being intimidated by it, so you can sell into, oh, this is why it's good. I thought overall like the things melded really well together. So bravo WWE. I thought the show overall was good. A little slow moments, but show overall was very good. Very nice seeing both Penta and Rey Fenix being able to be in the show at one point in time. Really cool to see somebody come back. Really cool to see some stars that we don't really see very often come from another brand, I guess, to have their name in the sun. That was kind of neat. So yeah, good stuff. So on to MSF. So MSF did a dirty to some people, and they haven't really explained it. Wife told me that I should probably post it to Reddit the other day, and I didn't, just because I didn't want to do a bunch of panic and want to be called to somebody that did Photoshop or whatever, you know. But I noticed in one account, in my lower TCB account in Vanaheim, that my null was only going to 4 red stars, whereas in all my 3 accounts in Earth are going to 5 red stars. So the one in Vanaheim is going the same as I have in Heaven, which is a beginner account, which I did not unlock null on. But the one in Vanaheim, I did unlock null. And they were going for the same red stars, where I already got the 4th red star. So it's just repeating the same thing for me. Whereas in my main and the other 2, I can go for 5, which goes up by 1 from what I have right now. Because we have 4.
Mine, I can go up by 1.
So we don't know why it did that. We don't understand why, nor has there been any explanation. It all looks the same as far as the graphics. It's all the same points as far as that. You can't scroll down and get to 5. It's not like it's just scroll down and it's there.
Yeah, and there's no rhyme or reason, because I didn't have him to 5 red or 5 yellow when it started, because it started the day Battle World ended, or the day after, or before, I mean.
Day after Battle World ended.
So I had already had him at 5 yellow, so maybe that's why, because I equipped to 5 yellow, so I can go to 5 red now?
Maybe it tells that's as high as you can go in stars, because I can't get to 5 in that one. The highest I go, I think, is 4.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I took him to 4.
But even still, that's kind of cheating, unless you're going to rerun this every time Battle World comes out.
Right.
To then You know, once you get them to 5,
Yeah.
here's the thingy, and you got to blitz with them for 5 days, and you'll get them to your 5 red.
Yeah, I like the way that it is. It's super easy. I do like that.
Yeah.
But they should all be the same. And it doesn't matter if it starts off at 2. Even. Like, you can skip the 1 red star and start at 2. It doesn't, just make them all to 5 at this point in time. If they skipped it the first time around, they just won't have the yellow stars. What does it matter about the red stars?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't understand why they got to change things up like that and make it so that people question things and make it look like they're A/B testing and being dirty. Like, it just doesn't make, it's just a bad optic.
Yeah, I don't even remember reading. I thought it was going to be they're bringing back the one we did where you collect your dailies and you got the red stars through the daily thing. It's the way I thought it read in the blog, but I don't know. This command center is stupid because I thought that's where all the events were going.
Right. And
the web store stuff, it was all going to be in one location.
But no,
and now
it's just another web store that's in game.
And you got to check them every day to make sure there's not a flash one that pops up randomly. Because now you got to use vigilantes and blitz.
It's
and then,
so much.
Yeah, there's just like.
It's an extra 10 minutes for my dailies just to go through and make sure that I got it all and then go back and do it. Like, oh, now I got to blitz with null. Oh, I got to do raids with vigilante. Even though I don't have them upgraded yet because I don't have the whole team. But no, I got to waste nodes and difficulty 0.
And then you had to blitz with them. But blitzing with the whole team was only 1 battle. So you'd have to do that 6 times. Or if you separated them and put them
do 1 per, which just takes extra time.
Then you could get it quicker.
They do all these things to save time, and then they do things that take more time.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. It's just, it's robbing from one, what is it, robbing Peter to pay Paul?
Yeah. Well, and there's the in certain events when you use Starjammers at 7 red, it gives you credit for the whole team.
Right.
You know, if you're using them at 7 stars. You get the whole 5 teams, you get the 1,000 points times 5.
Right.
But with the Vigilante now, it's all 5 on the team doing a raid attack. That's 1 battle. 1
raid battle. You gotta do it 6 different times in a week.
Yeah.
It is a week. I know last video I said it might be a day, but it is a week.
But then with the blitz, too, it's like, dude, no, I used all 5, well, 4, because we don't have the 5th yet. He'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
oh, and while you're listening to this, since this is early in the video, so I don't do this at the end of it, please comment. I got 1 comment that was comment last time. It wasn't even a comment, it just said comment.
Was that a Scrappy?
You know who that was. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so comment on these things. Don't just say comment. Like, give us some feedback. Talk to us, people.
Yeah, X, I want to see that you actually listen to these things and want to hear more from me, because I don't believe it.
Yeah, true, see? Make us believers. We want to be believers.
Yeah.
Believers? Yeah, that's it. That's how they say it, right?
Yeah, Bieber. Yeah.
Justin Bieber's or believers. But yeah, so I don't like the A/B testing stuff in there if that's what they're doing. If it's something else, let us know so that we are educated, so that we don't try to guess ourselves.
Even if there was an info, there's info buttons, the little question marks.
It's very easy to do. Put
Goes to 5 red if.
Dude, I have in the other game that I'm playing right now, that DC Dark Legions or whatever it's called. There's info buttons for everything. Oh my gosh, everything you can click on and just get all this information. Sometimes you're clicking on things because you think they're going to get you a resource. Nope, it's just information. It's like, oh my gosh, there's too much. Like, there needs to be a happy middle. And MSF doesn't have anything that's information.
Because it's still radio silence on overpowered. What information and what data could you possibly collect?
Yeah.
There's nothing that you could collect.
No.
How bad people are using now?
Well, I mean, I was showing in Discord the other night. I was streaming in Discord because you were sleepy. I think it was last night.
Yeah, because I saw the comment.
Yeah, you were sleepy, and so I was like, okay, I'm not going to talk at all, but I'll put the video up. And so Discord, which, you know, I do a lot. I just stream on there. It doesn't cost anybody anything. It's free. You don't have to pay to watch. You don't have to be a follower to watch. You don't have. There's no expectation of any monetary gain, and so I like that. But anyway, so I was streaming those, and I was showing how you can punch up, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million on teams with teams. Like, overpowered isn't that crazy of a thing if you do it the right way. So, I mean, those types of things are fine, but there's certain aspects of overpower that's just like, why is this not working? And it's usually based on things where you have to do just brunt damage. Like, I think that if I was overpowered oh God, I don't want to say this out loud because Echo is going to crucify me for the rest of the time, saying it's because it's the best defense ever. But if I had to punch up, like say my Doc 6 is all gear 15, and I'm having to punch up into a gear 19 Illuminati, I don't think I could do it. I really don't, because I have to get through Captain Britain in order to get into the rest of the team, and through his taunts, and then through his cloak, and then kill him so that he doesn't actually take a turn without ability block and come at me. So I don't know if I could do that, but being as my Green Goblin Classic and my Doc Ock are both up at 18, 19, I don't have much of an issue because I can then do enough damage to get through him. And Vulture as well, which Vulture is the key in damage.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have that, I don't think I could. Because the speed element of it, reducing the speed, reducing the speed, reducing the speed, reducing the speed with all their abilities, putting ability block on very specific people, blinds on everybody. If those things just do those abilities, and then I'm done with those abilities, and then they get a churn, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And if you're punching up into them that much, 4 levels, you know, with that 50% damage boost, and they come back at you without bleeds, without ability block, you're done. You're done.
Yeah.
So I think even that could be sketch, which, oh my gosh, if I ever lost to an Illuminati, yeah, that would be the day. That would be the day. I don't think I would do any more attacks that war. I'd be done.
Probably.
Like, on to the next war. That would ruin it for me.
Yeah,
But,
we've had a couple exciting wars since our last video.
Yeah, we took a day off Friday, which we hardly do anymore, but I was just like, she's like, why are people not attacking? I'm like, it's Easter weekend, just let them be. We just got through beating House of Dormammu on a billion TCP punch-up. Just let these guys get the win. I don't care. You know, so people were throwing stuff at things, trying to practice things, and they weren't working. But it was good because we were learning. You know, even when you fail an attack, you're learning. So it's good. You know what not to do the next time. So when we come across another House of Dormammu type alliance, you know, we don't do those same things. So that's good. It was good to practice for that.
Yeah, and that was one of our most efficient wars going against them board clearing.
Yeah, we had one of our highest scores ever, and it was against.
And we had people not attack.
Yeah. X-Men only got one attack hit. Yeah.
Because we were board clearing too early. Sorry.
Yeah, we're
not holding off.
We were determined. We're like, we know these counters, we're doing it.
Yep.
You know, a billion punch-up?
Billion
Billion
and almost
TCP.
all of them were overpowered, bigger than us.
Oh, all
I
of
had
them
a
were.
couple of tiny little guys that I think they're just carrying them.
And, well, no, it was
but-
like, and they had teams like Heroes for Hire Super Small and Infestation Super Small, which they take specific counters
But all
anyways.
their raid teams and
Yep.
people but they had Odin.
They had Odin, every goddamn one of them.
No, there was only one Odin, but
No, they were using on offense,
Yeah.
but they all had Odin.
or no, not Odin. I meant Professor X.
Oh, Professor X. Yeah, there is a Professor X. Yeah, that was the first time we saw that. We gave four wins to.
Yeah, because we wanted to see what was going to work.
But we tried something. Well, no, actually, somebody went in and went, "Oh shit, that's Professor X." After they'd already went into the war and loaded in, and then I went in saying, "Okay, let me see if this works on it." And no can do. Ain't gonna. So then we burnt twice and beat it.
Yeah.
So it's really a triple tap, just like Mephisto used to be, just like Odin used to be. So it's just back to that kind of grind. So he's going to be there, and the other person had him, but probably used him on offense. So
Yeah, because I think they got him after war started.
Could be.
After matchmaking.
Ooh, I threw my yawns to you.
We did.
You're welcome. So while we're taking a yawn break, so drinking tonight, I am drinking my good old blue Foster's. I don't know what it is about the blue can, but I just love the blue can. It's the lager. I don't like the brewed as much, the green can. The blue can's my favorite. It's tasty. It's big. It's yummy. What do you got, babe?
I don't remember. I'm blind and there's no lights. It's the Polar Seltzer Peach. Peach Seltzer.
Oh, that's right. Georgia Peach.
Yeah, I can see. I already read it. Now I don't need light.
Yeah, I know. You don't need light now. That was too late. Too late with that, you guys.
Slow.
Just imagine it. Yeah, those they were gluten free. It seemed like they're gonna be yummy. I'm glad you like them.
They're pretty good. Nice
Good, good,
little
good.
light drink after eating all that heavy meat.
Oh yeah. Speaking of heavy meat, no, that's true. So speaking of Professor X, though, so we have a player in one of our alliances who got Professor X. He was a brand new player 6 months ago.
Yep.
So 6 months.
And I don't even think he's got Mephisto or Odin or anything yet.
He has.
Damn. How much has he spent? Good.
Yeah, that's why I asked him the question. We'll see. I haven't got a response back yet, but I'm kind of curious.
Well, we know what the one guy did who was in the top 100. He said he spent $4,500.
$4,500
not
bucks.
including the character unlocks.
Yeah, Rorix, if you're listening to this, yeah, hello. Yeah, he's a buddy of mine. So yeah,
Which is just
yeah, $4,500.
mind-boggling.
But I mean, if it's your hobby, it's your hobby. That's fine. And if you're spending just to get this character, cool. You know, he's not like every person that comes out. I'm gonna, wax. I'm gonna get Professor X. That's what I got to do. I'm gonna do it. Cool. It's whatever. I don't think I've spent 40. I know wife spent $4,500 on her hobby.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
over time I've spent probably 100 times that on my hobby.
All your hobbies, comic books, magic cards,
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
G.I.
So I mean,
Joes,
it's not something that I
action
can.
figures.
It's not something I can say no, don't do it. If it's your thing, it's your thing. It's just the amount of time in which you're spending the money. It seems crazy to us. It's like 6 months to spend however much money to get you to that thing.
I think I'd rather take the card and buy.
In 6 months, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, just for the characters, $4,500. That's for the gear, but for the other stuff that you'd have to do in 6 months, it's probably triple that. I would think.
I mean, I'm stressed. Ugh. Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah.
I'll get them when I get them. I mean, I'm already debating on whether or not I even want to do Hitmonkey. Yes, I just got Sable and I took her to 20, but it's at that point where it's almost like I want to just cut my losses and walk away now because it's just such a drag. The raids aren't worth my time and energy because I can't sim them anymore. You're getting less and less rewards. And then they're going to transfer it all into some universal currency that you're probably going to get minuscule amounts of.
And burnt and stuff that you have.
Yeah, and it's just like, how are they going to make it equal? Because they're not going to be able to do that if you're going to use the same currency in every store.
It's going to be unbalanced for sure.
The price of tunes in one store is going to be 10,000 points, but in another store it's going to be 100 points because they're minions.
There's not going to be another store.
No, they said they're keeping the store tabs.
Oh.
I don't know.
But this is the cost of the things.
Yeah, and then each season, if you don't use your currency, it's gone. So you have to keep building it every 3 months.
Yeah, so you can't
It makes
hoard.
no sense. Like, you're going to take away all the currency I've spent the last 7 years hoarding and getting Blitz credits, Arena credits, and you're going to take it?
Yeah, I call that bullshit.
Like, you can't do that. What if I bought that?
Yeah, right.
And that's almost worse than the bait and switch G20 offer you put out.
Right.
Claimed it was G20, but it wasn't. Like,
yeah, I think
I don't understand how you're going to do that.
Change is bullshit. I don't agree with it. I don't mind them reworking the store and using the currency they have, but I think
yeah, what's wrong with the event stores that they have, like the coin store they have right now, and those.
They just got to make these things do what they say. Like I said before,
they keep coming up with the harebrained
Blitz for
ideas,
Blitz tunes.
And then they forget about them in 3 months. We were supposed to get seasonal milestone orbs.
Yeah.
That went away.
Yeah.
That was back when Emma came out. When she was put into the milestone orb. We were supposed to be getting.
See, you guys listening to this is the beautiful thing about a woman, because they can remember all these things when it's false, and I don't remember half this shit. So what other things did they promise that they didn't do? Because I know you got them.
The world. Besides moments, the costumes, they've completely forgotten about costume credits. That's completely disappeared. I'm pretty sure they forgot they took Blitz credits away from any of the Blitz milestones when you do blitzes, because we're getting those nowhere other than individual blitzing.
Right.
And the one daily objective. Same with like training mats, T4s. They've reworked raid season, war seasons, and all this, and they keep taking these things away. And now with raids, we get no rewards at the end of the raid. Oh, well, they're for the individual nodes. And yeah, but when you can't even sim on G4, Tier 4, Difficulty 4, whatever it's called, with your maxed out, can't get any bigger Orcus.
You can't.
Or Night Stalkers, or whatever.
You should have no problems with those.
You should be able to do simming on 5.
I am simming on 5.
Well, I can't.
And mine are the same size as yours.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hit or miss. I'm now Spotlight Raids. My mutant team that simmed from day 1 hasn't changed because they've been working, so I haven't put a single thing into that team, is now losing daily.
Yeah, see, I've never used Extreme in those. I always use Orcus. I've used Orcus for every generic raid node, period.
And see, and I've always used Extreme with Old Man Logan.
Because Orcus has the highest stats as far as health. And all those things are based on damage. So if they kill somebody, it trickles. And if they kill somebody in Orcus, chances are you're getting it back with the AI. If I were to play those nodes, I bet I wouldn't pass it. But AIing it with Scientist Supreme, you probably won.
Probably. I don't know, there's just a lot that over the last few years, and now we're reverting back to the tunes needing the 7 stars in order to be efficient and actually work properly. And now the legendaries, sure, they're going to be free, but you're paywalling the empowered abilities. You're giving them all these epic abilities that if you don't have, they're not going to work.
Yeah.
And the Shadow King passive, you put it 80,000 fucking ISO energy.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, the people who would spend to need that aren't the ones that need the ISO.
Yeah.
And those that need the ISO and need to spend that much are too low of a level and don't need the Shadow King passive. But you basically paywalled it.
Yeah, there's like that spot at the bottom that doesn't need it, and there's a spot at the top that doesn't need it.
No.
But the ones in the middle are the ones that need it, and they can't get it.
Because it's either paywalled for $35 or an absurd amount of cores on ISO energy that you don't really need.
Right.
But you do now because you're getting less and less ISO anywhere. To where now I'm having to open, when we get new tunes, the blue ISOs. I'm out of red gear almost completely. I'm like, what the hell? Because we're getting so few.
Interesting. I haven't come up across those problems, so that's interesting.
A lot of the uniques I'm completely out of. And leveling people up.
So do you buy them in the store when you see them?
When I see them occasionally.
So do you have a number in your mind if you see them and they're below that number you buy or not?
Usually if I see them and they're like at 60, because I know 60 is like, okay,
60 is what I do too.
19 them at least. And
yeah, 60 is my unique number.
But I don't know, there's just so much that they've completely flip-flopped. I mean, they did it after Thanos Giving as well to make the spenders happy there for a little while.
Right.
And now it's just completely on the other end where it's almost a pay-to-play game at this point. I mean, you can play it at the base level, but if you want to be competitive and do anything, even if you're a day 1 player, like I'm almost a day 1 player. I'm 2 months out of beta.
Well, hold on. Let's say not competitive and play everything. Let's say competitive and finish everything.
Oh, I don't even necessarily need to finish it. I can get to the monthly event.
But that's what I'm saying. If you want to finish everything, it's going to cost you money on every single thing. There is not a single mode that's not going to cost you money.
And even after the event starts, they're going to change it. They changed the milestone on the Alliance event that's going on right now. They upped it by 80,000 points.
Ridiculous.
Like
we would have hit it today.
Yeah, we're done with the event technically.
Yeah. And then they plussed it 80,000.
Yeah, because the next one was supposed to be 80,000 because too many people were completing it without paying.
Yeah, heaven forbid people complete it.
Yeah, heaven forbid us free-to-play or light spenders get a little bit of something.
Yeah.
Like spending, sure, take your advantage. But I am sorry, at the end of the day, you don't need that big of an advantage.
No, the advantage should be the stars on the character on release. Having more power on your character, I'm okay with the overpowered, like I said. I think that's fun too.
Yeah, it's like taking a jet car
and then the way things look,
tricycle.
The aesthetics. I think the aesthetics is something you should have over us as well.
Yeah, the frames.
If you want to buy a golden diamond costume, if you want to buy that it's wearing, I don't know, strap-on wiener, then go for it. Like, that's your prerogative. But
when you're getting pissed off because my skill can beat you in your wallet,
that's an issue.
My bad. Sorry, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And then to be like, oh, well, we just don't do war. Then why are you spending all this money and maxing out all these tunes if you're not even going to play the fucking game?
Yeah, if you didn't really want to do war, then we should see shield teams on every single one of your rooms if you don't do war.
If you guys don't do war, then flat out don't put defenses up.
Yeah, that means we don't do war. Don't
call that bullshit when you get beat.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't do war. We had people not attack. Bullshit. You had everybody in your alliance with 5 to 14 attacks.
Yeah.
We had a person with only one attack.
And he got snuck into the last second to get the third to last attack because he was out.
And it's like, no.
And we're like, hey, hurry up and get in here. You're not going to get one because we're going to work there first. Like, that was our thing, where it was like, we're work there first.
And then, yeah, Baka and them being like, oh, well, we just don't do war. We don't play war. Then why? Why are you spending all this money to not play the game?
Because they hate the game.
And why are you bitching that I'm better than you?
Every time they come in the stream, because I hate the game.
But yeah, you'll just keep shelling out money to it?
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I get that it's like a thing, like, you know...
Status symbol?
When you see, you know, red or whatever, you know, back in the day, or when you see, you know, Peg asks for sex, and, you know, Al's like, oh, Peg, you know, kind of thing. Like, I get those things that way, but when you come in every stream and you're like, I hate this game, like...
And you bitched? How many times did that lady bitch and moan on Rem streams? And hate the game, and walk away, and hate the game, and walk away.
Yeah, we quit.
This game fucking sucks, and I hate Scopely. Scopely's trash is all the names
of
the games.
Why can't I get Weaver? Why did everybody get Weaver and I can't get her because I was gone? Give me Weaver. So they give her Weaver and she quits again.
Yeah.
And then she comes back. It's like, what in the world is wrong with you?
And you're spending all that money to still stay at the top? Why?
Oh my gosh.
Unless they don't spend anything now because they have so much resources saved that they're able to just core and spend in-game currency.
And if you guys are curious, I'm guaranteeing you this is the reason why I ain't an envoy, because I can't stand people to do that stuff. Like, they want to bend over to them and bend the knee to them, and it's not that way. It's like, we're all playing the same game.
Yeah.
And because you spend on the game doesn't make you better than me. Just straight up, does not make you better than me. You might have higher tunes than me, or more tunes than me, or more stars on your tunes, but you're not better than me because you spend. I'm sorry. And when we beat an alliance, it's all a bunch of spenders and a bunch of streamers.
A billion punch-up.
And a billion punch-up.
Billion.
And we do it easily and quickly and super efficiently. Don't go to the old cliche of, we weren't trying. Yeah, call BS. You weren't as good as we are.
You didn't know even how to counter Illuminati. Or... what was the other one? Bifrost Dormammu. There was so many.
Because I'll tell you what, we had you in our alliance, and you had really bad counters, and you were really lazy with your stuff, and you had bad attacks, and that's why you're not there no more. So.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Like,
I mean, it's great that you spend, and I'm glad you have a fun hobby, and even though you say hate it, I'm glad you enjoy it.
You're keeping the lights on, I guess. But.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, it's a game about strategy and skill, and the people in our alliance, I've always told them, and I tell them all the time, that we are a smarter alliance than 99.99% of the other alliances out there. And we're better in war, and we're smarter as individuals with the way we resource manage, because we don't spend money. Except for Dre. Dre likes to spend his money. This is his hobby. It's fine.
Every time he's done, he doesn't have to worry about an event.
And he's one of those guys that just throws stuff up like, hey, what do you want me to put on defense? Put this, this, and this. Okay, what do I use on offense? Use this, this, and this. Okay, cool. Like, it's super easy. Like, he just wants to play and have it as a pastime. He wants to hit auto and walk away.
Yep, he wants a sim war button.
And I get it, but his thing is what he brings to the group is he lets us practice stuff. And I appreciate him for that. And I think I've said that a million times in these videos, that I do appreciate him for that, because he's really willing to help out and do weird things for us and try different ISOs and stuff like that. And it's cool. It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, honestly, I think our group's the best. The best. There's no... Yeah, the best. I don't think anything about that. We don't go sweaty with raids and push for 100%. We don't really care about the leaderboard all that much. We appreciate each other.
You don't get much out of it.
We have each other's back. We yell at each other when we don't finish up our attacks in war and leave them.
Skilly doesn't. Skilly's chicken shit. Calls everybody else out but me. which admittedly I was having a really bad day, so I probably would have bit his head off if he called me out.
Yeah.
But he didn't call me out. He called everybody else out.
She felt left out.
I'm like, really? He didn't tell me to attack. What if I had forgotten?
I told her, I was like, he's scared of you, and for good reason. I would be too.
And then I wound up attacking and getting in like the last couple. And
yeah, but it's just like, you know, I mean, we have our little things. We might not finish, you know, a raid node. We have some people that don't even join raids every day because they got other shit going on, but we still 100% the spotlights.
Yeah.
You know, we let each other know the last minute. She's rushed over to my computer to do a couple nodes for me at the end because I forgot. Like, we got each other's back, and there's nothing more that I would want out of a group of people playing together than that. That's perfect for me.
Yeah.
And so, I love you guys, and I appreciate you if you're listening in on this. All you guys are great. And that's for
suck it.
and that's for other alliances too. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with Venom. I'm starting to find people and personalities in there that, you know, I mesh with pretty well, that are wanting to learn, that are molding, you know, easily molded, I guess you could say, that are asking good questions, that are, you know, wanting to do better. So it's cool. It's fun. It's a fun process. And that's what I enjoy about it, honestly.
Yeah.
Is all that stuff. The actual character release and excitement for characters and drudging your way through to get a new unlock, I'm not excited at all about. I don't have max on my main account. I don't have max stars on Captain Britain. I don't have max stars on Black Cat. I don't have max stars on Nova. I don't have max, you know what I mean? Like, why do I need them?
Yeah.
Why do I need them? I can do with 6 stars what other people need to do with diamonds.
Yeah.
So why do I need them? Why do I need to push myself? Why do I need to do that stuff?
Well, the fact that they slow roll the diamonds into the store, by the time they get there, we've got enough currency to get the dude.
Yeah.
And then we start hoarding till the next one, or we just keep hoarding because they're now useless and we don't need to get diamonds and reds on them.
Right.
So we might as well hoard until Professor X has red stars in there.
Just build things where you need to build them and use them from there.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a necessity to max out everything. There really isn't.
No. Because my Nova, I'm like, I haven't touched them. I would love to touch them. And make them slightly bigger. But it's like they can decimate. I do my same attacks.
Non-meta teams, yeah.
Like, I take out my Infest with them, and then I look for Extreme for my Doc. Like, there's certain attacks that I know, and with Overpowered, it was sketchy there for a little bit, but now I'm getting the hang of it. And
right, especially with Nowhere, because Nova was coming out of stun faster.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, Big Time Spidey was completely, shaking on it off. I'm like...
Yeah, it's not supposed to do anything with speed. But for some reason, yeah, Big Time was shaking off the stun quicker than what he was before.
Yeah, and I do the same attack the same way every single time.
It doesn't make sense.
And since Overpowered, I've had to adjust slightly. I'm like, this doesn't seem right, but okay.
Yeah.
I just focus on a less of a punch-up.
But at the end of the day, a win's a win, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, there are some of those like that. Like
the one yesterday, never in my life have I ever had it happen this way. I stun Big Time Spider-Man.
Yep.
They all do their retaliates.
Right.
And Nova gets to go in ult. Never. It always goes like Star-Lord or Thor or somebody else. And then the dog goes, Cosmo goes.
Yeah.
And then Nova gets to go in ult.
Yeah, it's usually
it went straight
Nova.
Into the Nova ult.
It's usually Nova, Thor, Star-Lord, Cosmo, Nova.
And Big Time was still stunned.
And then,
so I'm like, nobody...
Maybe then Korg, then Nova. Actually, he might not go to a full rotation. I think he goes before Korg goes again. But maybe not. But yeah, that's weird.
I'm like,
So he went back to back. So he did like, were you going against APOC?
No, it was just a normal Infest.
Weird, because I know if you go against APOC, he does that.
No, my normal Infest. I'm like, what? That's weird. Okay, and then he went ulted and just destroyed it. I'm like, oh, well, 2 moves, I'll take it. Too bad it wasn't in Crucible. That would have been efficient.
Huh. Interesting.
I almost replayed it and screen recorded it.
What does he do? Because remember, we used to do the counter. Was it out of time? I think it was out of time. That's what it was. Because you would take Nowhere with APOC, and then you would basic with Nova. Yeah, you would basic with Nova, and then he would ult.
Yeah.
Back to back. You would basic, and then he'd ult.
Yeah, it was just weird. I hadn't seen that ever in a There's a lot of weird stuff that's going on.
Yeah, there's
and
some
now
weird
Null's no longer blocking your Apex Empowered.
Yeah, they fixed it, but they didn't say nothing about it.
But they never even acknowledged it was broken in the first place.
Right.
Like.
So I'm going against in war, going against a Null, APOC, Mephisto team on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, okay, like this is going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, because APOC's not going to empower.
You know, yeah, he's not going to empower on his side. And then I can't remember what it was. Oh, because I wasn't using Null on my side. That's what it was. I was using Liberty. And for some freaking reason, their APOC empowered ulted and went off and almost killed my Cap Sam with his Falcon
And then I was
Punch.
doing an arena match at the time, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And you're like, oh, yeah, that just
happened to me.
So
yeah. I mean, they had safeguard, so he didn't flip nothing because they get safeguard after.
Still, that one.
Yeah, that was really weird. Yeah. Yeah, some weird stuff. I don't know why they're doing, but they are doing. And some stuff they're blatantly doing, but not saying anything about. So it's fishy and sketchy. Fishy. And then they're having these people do videos for these release things. They have no business doing videos.
Yeah.
They're tripping over their own words. They don't actually know what they're saying, or they're in a super monotone voice. Hi, I'm just going to tell you about what's going on with the new release because it's really cool and this is what I want to show you.
Valley's the most
some good
energetic
stuff.
of them. Dorky has done some good release videos, mobile. But other than that, the rest are just, I don't know. No offense, but some of them look like they're drug addicts. Like, why am I going to look at some guy that looks like a stoner living in mom's basement? Like, it's not somebody I want to take an opinion of that knows nothing about the comic book, nothing about the lore. That's just in it for the money.
Yeah, and then quoting Kit's wrong in the video is bad too. Yeah, quoting Kit's wrong is bad in the video too. Like when you're talking about somebody's kits and you're quoting them wrong.
Yeah. And there was something else too that was like completely like blatantly like that is 100% not accurate, but I don't remember what that was. It was on something. I'm like, no.
Like I'm glad they're throwing it to these people and letting them do it. I really am. It's good. It's good for business. It's good to get more faces out there, but there's more faces.
And more people that are more knowledgeable.
Yeah, more faces. You have more people, that know a lot more about this game. And then they've ran some of those people away, unfortunately. And then they have ones on the outside that know a lot more about the game, but they're just so untrustworthy you can't have them in the program. And that's a problem too.
Yeah.
We've been on stream with some people that are super intelligent. Athane, Juicy, super intelligent people.
Juicy's in the program because he plays in the Crucible, Crucible tournament.
But super intelligent people. And yeah, they don't have the best radio voice, sort of thing. But in some fashions, I would rather listen to somebody that's super knowledgeable than to somebody that's just a face.
Who's in it for the money?
And
then how are you going to be so supportive and
halfway through their video, they plug another game.
And then, this video is brought to you by this one. I'm like, isn't that like in the NDA that you signed that you're not supposed to be actively... Is that why you guys have all made separate channels for your Raid Shadow Legends?
No.
And now you're making separate stuff? It's like, you can't, I don't know. You can't have it all.
It doesn't look good.
They did.
It looks like they're jumping ship, is the way that makes it look.
Yeah.
It looks like they're doing this.
Which makes me less confident in this game, especially while an Envoy's actively pursuing and doing other videos and other channels and other games. And he's stepped back because he's nowhere near Professor X.
Or you have the ones that are going for things. They're like, oh, I'm stepping down a little bit because I can't handle things.
Yeah. And then you've got these other people that, oh, well, Scopely said we needed them more than they needed me, and so I left the program, but I'm going to spend $4,000 and be the second person to get Professor X. And then tell people that to stop their bitching about overpowered. It's not a problem. I can still punch up. I can still do things. But you're still a maxed out overpowered player. Like, yeah, it's a nothing burger for if you're punching across to people. But for the rest of us, it's a something burger and it needs to be addressed.
Right.
And when you have envoys for this game actively looking other ways, making me like less confident in spending and doing anything in this game. Because it's like, does that mean it's 6 months out? We're done? Just Professor X and now we're going into maintenance mode? I mean, every tune we just voted on, Victoria Hand, Hyperion, Songbird, they're all going on one motherfucking team.
Yeah, why are you throwing it all on one team?
Like, dude, you could have...
And then they say that we voted for Kestrel. We're going to do a blind vote.
Yeah, we know.
We're going to do a blind vote this one time. We're going to put these 4 options. We know everybody wants Squirrel Girl, but we're going to say that Kestrel won this thing.
Yep, because she's the MSF original. We got to have an original on there.
It's so bad. It's so bad, which makes me think that they did the same thing for Void Knight. Because he was, you know, their Void Knight was their thing rather than doing like Thanos or something. Because, yeah, I don't know. That was just so weird. Like, we're going to do a blind vote all of a sudden. We've never done this before, but this time we're going to.
Dude, we had like,
we're going to have these 3 shitty characters for you to vote from, and then we're going to add Squirrel Girl that we know everybody wants to see. But we're going to say the Kestrel one.
Yes, because the team needs a healer.
Yeah, it just
like,
makes
I don't see
sense.
what Kestrel's going to bring to it. What, mirror matches? Who are you to use Undying against that you would need Kestrel to block spawns? You're not going to use it against anything where she's going to be useful.
Yeah, it's going to be a totally different kit.
They're going to have to readjust her kit.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I don't even know how they're going to do that and make it cohesive to fit. But then again, they don't do anything that's cohesive and actually works, so.
Yeah, we'll see. It's really weird. Really weird. That threw me off. That made me not trust a lot when they did that. Blind vote and then somebody that nobody really voted for. Nobody voted for Kestrel. Nobody knows who Kestrel is.
2 people on Reddit.
Kestrel's an original. Who gives a shit about Kestrel? It's one that you guys created. It's a main character now.
Yeah.
Why would anybody vote for him? Her. Whatever it is.
Well, maybe they'll make it a him now. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be man
doing that. Silver Surfer's a woman now.
Man Kestrel. Oh my god.
Whatever.
That video or that movie.
That show looks so bad.
Looks horrible.
It's a DC movie, man. It looks so bad.
You got Mini Galactus walking through the street, and you have woman Silver Surfer. What? Norin Rad is Silver Surfer, not Nora.
The one and only. Like, you can't change those things.
So weird.
What? Why can't a girl or a
why
girl
is every
look up to
Fantastic
Silver Surfer?
Four movie since that OG one that came out with what's her face? And
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Why does everyone have to be like this? They have a black Johnny Storm.
Captain America, man. Captain America, Johnny Storm.
You know, it's just like I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. What was his name? Krasinski or whatever?
Yeah.
The dude from The Office. He should be Mr. Fantastic. Why not just make it be that? I don't understand why we have to have Mandalorian. He does not look like Reed Richards. He looks like Howard Stark. He doesn't look like Reed Richards.
No, they look way too old, so it shouldn't be taking place when it is, but I don't know.
And she's pregnant?
Yeah, I don't know.
She's pregnant. Already. With Valerie? Like, come on now. I think that's her name. I think it's Valerie. I know it starts with a V. I think it's Valerie. Valerie, Veronica, something like that. I think it's Victoria. No, I think it's Valerie. But yeah, come on now.
It's just the day and age we live in. Everybody needs to have a hero to look up to. Like, yeah, so I can't look up to Silver Surfer because I'm a woman? Why can't I look up to him? Why can't little girls look up to male superheroes? We don't have to have a female to look up to. Yes, it is nice, but we have some amazing female superheroes. Why do we need to make everything female?
You preach, I can't say that. That's all on you.
Lay off. We don't need woman empowerment. We're strong enough and men know it, and they're just terrified. Because if they let us take control, you'd be screwed.
They could really fuck up this movie and be like, it's Susan and Johnny are husband and wife. That's why they're both Storm. And Reed and Thing are actually a thing.
Well, no, I think Thing's a robot.
Oh, Herbie?
They seem to be arguing like a married couple.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
So many things. But anyways, yeah, just all around there's things to complain about. You can look and see a million things. But at the end of the day, we love the people we game with, and that's what keeps us going. So we appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's probably another long one. Maybe not as long as the last one.
Yeah, lights went off around here, so I think it's time for us to wrap it up. So, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment, especially you people that we've mentioned. Say hi, and not just hi. Tell us something. We want to talk with you. But anyways.
Tell us your least favorite superhero conversion, like the superhero you loved, and then they changed it to they're a different.
Oh, there you go.
Different set.
In the words of Dredd, they made a gimp.
Yeah. What superhero did you not like them changing?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. What superhero change did you not agree with? I like it. That's a good one.
Next thing we know, we'll have a female Doctor Doom.
Oh my gosh. I was honestly, we're on the same wavelength. I was thinking that as we were talking about. Oh my gosh. Insane. So anyways, on that note, before she thinks about what you guys are thinking right now, we appreciate you guys and thank you. Until next time, I'm Viz.
I'm Sable the Table.
What?
I don't know.
Peace.